Hello, Taurus. Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or a beautiful night. This reading is going to be timeless for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So whenever it finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you. Try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. We're going to take a look at love, life, career, current energy, future energy, overall messages to help you right now. So let's dive on in. This is the huge mystery deck that keeps growing. So a couple foundational messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Clarity for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. And thank you. What would be helpful for Taurus at the beginning of this reading? Treasure. You're going to find a treasure? Taurus, that's a good place to start. I'm also seeing that somebody is viewing you as a treasure. Something really special, full of possibilities, kind of exciting. I don't know why I see a treasure hunt. So I feel like you have an exciting trail to go on. But I'm not getting that this is about the end results. I feel like each clue along the way is just as exciting as the end result. Clarity for Taurus. Why is Taurus getting a treasure? Maybe you have to go on that treasure hunt right away. Maybe I am kind of getting that somebody is waiting for you to answer. They see how valuable you are, how much you bring to the table. Maybe somebody kind of left that ball in your court and they've been waiting on hold for an answer for a little while. Or if you get a call, maybe this is a call worth answering if that's leading you to treasure. So clarity for Taurus. I love that this card keeps coming through. She has body paint on, but I'm going to cover her pretty boobs just in case for YouTube purposes. But look at you sitting in that futuristic bathtub. You have jellyfish coming through like it's water and air at the same time, coming through the open window. And I love that her, her bath cap is a jellyfish. So you're getting some kind of illumination with your thoughts. Maybe you're thinking more clearly, or asking the right question where I hear a different answer, maybe different than you expect, like opens your mind. But I feel like there's something that you've been holding on to and you have been itchy or wanting to talk to someone about it. You're going to find the right person you feel, obviously completely comfortable with talking to. But maybe you've been waiting for someone else to open up. Maybe you've been wanting somebody to answer right now or hoping for an answer right now, but now you have future transparency. So maybe it's not about something happening in instant gratification, but it is coming and unfolding in the right timing. I'm kind of getting that somebody has to, cleanse a situation, maybe pull the plug on something, plug something back in, plug themselves back in, and come clean, come correct, come in right. And I feel like that's a process, not immediate, but I do see if somebody stays in that beautiful bathtub for way too long, they're going to start to prune. So I feel like somebody's going to get out of that bath. They're going to figure something out, but maybe just give a little space. Yeah, give a little space. Something had to be eclipsed out. The eclipse does not last forever, but what it does do is it usually takes away something that didn't need to be there. It puts the light out for a purpose, for a moment. So you find this clarity in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, and the light's gonna come back on. Maybe something happens around an eclipse, but that's also where the stars are in alignment so perfectly that something comes together just right. So let's get a little more. What's going on with Taurus? Just be you. I like this for you. Just be you, Taurus. There's nobody like you. So maybe it's just bringing this attention for now onto you, what you can control, what you can do. I also feel like with this eclipse, it's sort of like the Hermit energy, kind of turning your own inner light on. If you were in any way comparing yourself to anyone else, or needing outside answers or validation on something that you know in your beautiful, transparent, body painted in the bathtub soul to be meant for you, do you. You know, work on that project. Express yourself how you do it. If anyone has weird opinions, let them have their opinions. I kind of feel like you don't really care, but maybe there's a specific person you do treasure their perception or their opinion. That would probably be somebody you care about. You know, sometimes the people that aren't really that close to us can say whatever they want. It's like, you know, water off the duck's back, but sometimes when it comes from somebody you value their opinion, it like hits a little deeper. But I still feel like if somebody had something to say and you took it kind of hard, I'm kind of getting, Taurus, that that person was coming from an authentic place. You'll know the difference in the vibes. Even if it was maybe direct, I do feel like somebody may have said something to help you because they see potential in you. Not really harsh expectations, but more like constructive criticism is kind of what I'm getting. So let's see. What's another message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Oh, well, I mean, we got somebody. We're going a little sassy here, Taurus. So there is somebody that definitely sees you as a treasure. Maybe you've moved on. Maybe somebody was a little demanding. They needed an answer now and you just had to think about that. Maybe you eclipsed somebody out for a little bit. Go in the dark, do your own thing, just be you. Maybe without somebody else's opinion or energy around you so you could really think clearly. But maybe that was where somebody else went too, because right now you got somebody that not only thinks you're a treasure or that you are the most amazing person they have ever been around, but they can't picture you with somebody else. Like they can't even let their imagination go there. It freaks them out. So there is somebody that doesn't want to lose you. Maybe for some of you, you've moved on and this person like can't even accept it. They know what they had or what they lost. And I kind of feel like for some of you, I'm getting different situations though. I feel like for some of you, they're in an energy of regret. If you're the one that's moved on. But for some of you, this could be somebody you're currently with, or maybe even meeting. I'm even seeing for some of you, this says future. So maybe there was someone or something eclipsed out of your life, but you just being you, going out, doing your thing, being natural. Maybe you meet somebody who you want to, talk to right away, ask a lot of questions with, have good conversation, and right away. Taurus, this person knows they don't want to lose you. But I feel like I just heard like put a ring on it. Like they know what they got. Even if they haven't like dug into that treasure yet, they know that there's something kind of golden and genuine about you. And before anybody else can take you out on a date, they're not going to lose their chance. Wow, somebody's like really into you, Taurus here, whether they're with you or not, whether you have met them or not, this person's going to be really into you. But I kind of feel like it's not that, like, I'm not really getting the Lord of the Rings, like, my treasure. You know, I'm not really getting that energy of obsession. I'm getting that they, like, treasure you. Like, I see somebody feeding you grapes, like peeling your grapes for you. But perhaps for some of you, that eclipsed out could have been someone a little obsessive, you know, maybe a little too much in your dance space, and you had to maybe exit out or put a stop or move along to that situation. So I like when different, like, facets come through with the same messages. What else would be helpful for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Pay attention. Pay attention to also when there's a opportunity, person, relationship, chance that you need to treasure, or you need to open something up or go along that treasure hunt. Pay attention to the signs along the way to direct you to, you know, this faster or in the right direction, not throw you off course. I kind of feel like I am getting that mixed messages with you, Taurus. I kind of feel like some of you are going to find someone kind of amazing. And I kind of feel like some of you have somebody a little weird lurking in the background. I keep seeing that guy from Lord of the Rings now. And maybe they're going to kind of try to throw you off of this course, this beautiful treasure hunt, this beautiful journey that you're on. Don't let them. You know, you just be you. I kind of feel like for some of you it might be a gentle conversation, and for some of you it might be just a cutoff, eclipsing. Pay attention to the green flags, to the butterflies, to the signs and symbols and like divine messages, as well as the red flags. You'll know in your gut if there's an energy that's off, because something's gonna feel kind of funny in your belly or leave you like questioning yourself. If somebody leaves you questioning yourself, that's a weird energy. So what's another message for Taurus? Oh yeah, I like this. Taurus, the tides are turning for you. Everything's gonna turn in the right direction. I also feel like this looks like some kind of deserted island where you would be docked to end up on a treasure hunt. Yeah. I also kind of like how it looks like a paper boat. You know, it's kind of sitting not even on the water, and you got this beautiful tide that's gonna come in. Take this paper mache situation away and drift this boat out to shore. The tides are turning. Also, pay attention to when the winds are changing and the tides are turning. Make sure you are moving with something and not resisting these changes. Because I feel like this might be big changes for some of you, and maybe that feels a little weird. It's a different direction than you were going. You know, you have to pack a different suitcase, but go with the flow. I don't know why I saw you forgetting your your bikini or your banana hammock, and you were going away on vacation or somewhere hot, and you also almost wanted to completely turn around, go home, and not go at all. You didn't bring your banana hammock. You don't have your bikini. You can buy one when you get there. You can get a pair of coconuts and put it on you. You're gonna figure it out. Keep going. You're gonna figure it out. Wow, that was interesting messages I'm getting for you guys. All right, let's get one more. Let's put this all together. One more message for Taurus. Just be you, treasure, answer now, future transparency, eclipse, pay attention, tides are turning, and somebody that can't even imagine you with somebody else. Maybe for some of you, that's that weird, my precious person, you know? They just, maybe they had a lot of, maybe that was somebody kind of possessive. I just thought of Possession by Sarah McLachlan. That's a good song. I kind of feel like you've released that energy already, or you're going to. Yeah, you are. I like that this one came through because it has no message. It's just kind of expressive on its own. like you're part of that moving painting. That starry night, you've left whatever's going on inside that house. You ventured up onto the roof to get a little closer to your dream, a little closer to the stars, to see the movement of something happening before your eyes. You're calm, you're comfortable. You know, you're imagining, you're dreaming, you're letting go. And I just heard you're about to dive into a good time. So I'm not sure what that is. So let's continue. Maybe some of you paint, or you're seeing something kind of, I don't know, like being painted before your eyes, like a tapestry of life. But instead of it happening in front of you, you're actually a part of it now. So maybe you've like taken back the narrative, both released control and brought it back to where it needs to be. I like that you have all of this energy that came through that looks very creative. You know, the paper mache, the neon, the body paint, you know, the illumination with the jellyfish, you know, the oil paint with the starry night situation, but also the shingles on this roof. I feel like maybe that's something you need to see. I feel like there's certain locations that have shingles like that, but maybe you even do something with repair. I actually do see somebody like fixing a leaky roof or doing some home repair, something like that. Maybe you need to pay attention if there's a leaky faucet, or you know, a weird stain on your wall or something like that. Maybe you can catch something before it becomes like your entire roof that you have to fix. I know that was very specific, but I think with this pay attention, there's something that you can kind of catch. I'm even seeing plumbing with the bathtub here that you can kind of catch right away. I feel like you just have to tighten something up, you know, before it's a big old mess. Maybe that's also an energetic message. That being said, let's dive into career. Career for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So we're going to look at like career, projects, prosperity, abundance, life. But what would be helpful for Taurus to know right now? Please and thank you. Clarity for Taurus when it comes to career, job, and projects. I just saw someone like fixing something. Maybe it's your electricity. Maybe you gotta plug something in. I did see you pulling the plug over here and then plugging something in, or somebody else plugging themselves in. You have an idea, Taurus, that is brilliant. Like you're creating your own light. You made your own weird little robot man to plug yourself in when you couldn't get there. So you do have a dream that is a brilliant one. Maybe you need to discuss these plans with the right person. You don't even realize what a treasure it's going to bring into your life. It's telling you, Taurus, that you're a genius, but you have to discover it. I did see the treasure hunt. Like you're following the clues. I'm really excited for you. You're following your clues to brilliance. Yeah, you discover your own genius, your genius. This is in you. By breaking away from the grind. I did see you kind of taking a bikini somewhere. So maybe it's not a whole big vacation. Maybe it's just like a sassy hot bath. Maybe it's just, you know, eclipsing out a little day here and there or a weekend, but that's giving you the time that you need to maybe pay attention to that brilliant idea that's going to make that dream come true in your life, because it's in you. Follow your own, yeah, it's the same message. Follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Somebody's gonna notice how your idea is a little different, how the way you do something is a little unusual. You got a knack for something. I hear a niche. So maybe this is something really weird that no one else has thought of. Also, when you have a little idea inside of you and you think it's silly. You know, it's like, what are those? I don't know what they're called. It's like where you get an idea to like fix an everyday solution that no one ever thought of before. It's like one of those, I was this old when I found this out situations. I feel like you're gonna discover one of those, or you have one of those situations and you think it's normal for everybody to know this, but it's actually not. It's actually something that you're the only one that thought of the solution for. And sometimes those tiny little things, I mean, I see you like making a patent or something like that, where you didn't even know you were the first one to think of it. When you get those ideas, no matter how big or small they are, write it down for you. Maybe don't be transparent if you're going to patent a really good idea. You don't want someone else, you know, hopping on that bandwagon saying they came up with that idea. Keep something to yourself. Pay attention to how you feel, your discernment. But I do feel like if the right professionals are involved and or those you truly trust, you're going to have the right, authentic help with the situation. And maybe it's just something you have to work on in the dark. You do have this eclipse. Maybe you don't tell anybody about this little project you're doing until you're ready to reveal it. Like the big reveal. I feel like you're going to surprise the you-know-what out of people. I don't know. Maybe people weren't even paying attention to what was going on when you were just kind of missing in action for a day here and there. But they're going to all of a sudden see like the result. What's going on with you guys? All right, I don't know, but I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited for you, but I do feel like you got to keep something to yourself, or only, you know, reveal it to those, like I said, like that you trust or are helpful for you, that need to know. Otherwise, anyone else, any busybody kind of people, not even their business. Just don't even bring it up. So I'm not sure what that is, but I hope that was helpful. And let's go to the tarot to clarify this one. I have to think of what tarot to use though. I feel like maybe we're gonna go traditional with you. This is the vintage tarot. Let's go traditional, and then we'll use something different for your love portion of the reading. So I hope this is helpful so far. If you haven't had this light bulb moment where you feel really plugged into a certain idea, I do feel like it is going to come. You have two things here illuminating your head. Two things here. One, it's a golden light bulb, and one, it's like a translucent glowing bioluminescent jellyfish shower cap. It felt like a tongue twister. So let's clarify brilliance with a tarot for Taurus. What would be helpful to know on this brilliant idea, discovering your genius, breaking away from the grind? I am getting that there's something maybe small you think of, and it's gonna bring you pretty big prosperity in the future. Maybe it is something you have to grind into in the beginning, put a little extra effort, but I kind of see you just being able to let this go and off it goes. I just heard like in comes the dough. All right, clarity for Taurus, please and thank you. What would be helpful when it comes to career? Recognition, inspiration, and following this guidance inside of you. You're working on it. Yeah, that's whatever I just said, where you might have to grind a little bit in the beginning. You might have to, take out your hammer and go into that pentacle. It might be weird the first time. You might have to try something a couple times, but eventually, this is like the assembly line. This is the working hard, but it pays off later. Putting in the right energy, time, effort, and attention as much as needed. Sometimes it's 5 minutes a day. Sometimes it's a weekend here and there. Sometimes it's a whole, you know, like couple years of schooling. Sometimes this is working under somebody first that has a little insight on how to get going on something. But it looks like here you're kind of doing it on your own. So even if you got an education with something, you're still kind of coming back home and doing something to make yourself better, to make yourself grow, like in your own timing. You have an 8 of Pentacles here. So this is where you have prosperity that will be returned to you. But it takes a little sacrifice sometimes. You have to let go of something. You have to have that extra time. You have to pay for that education. You have to continually go to that teacher or have the space to work on this project enough so you become the professional. So it becomes, because the more you do this, the more you put your own little spin on something. You know, you're not just painting by number here. You might have to have had the basics in the beginning, you know, lesson 1, 2, and 3, to know how to do the basic skills, but then you're kind of taking those skills off the charts and putting, I just keep hearing, your own spin on something, your own artistic flair on something, your own little trademark. Maybe it's a trademark. I keep getting that with you guys. Maybe it's a trademark. What did I say before? A patent, a store. It could be a store. It could be, you know, your brand, something like that. But you got to keep going. Upside down, it's stopping before you get good. Having big dreams over here, or a brilliant idea here, but getting frustrated when it didn't work out the first or second time. You got to keep going back. You got to keep doing it again. And if this is doing something that you enjoy and you love, it's not going to really feel like work. I am kind of getting that you're going to be really proud of yourself. So clarity on the 8 of Pentacles when it comes to career for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's clarify the 8 of Pentacles. Don't hold on to something too tightly, or maybe this is your thing. I did say to hold on to that idea you have. It's funny that I thought of the whatever I thought of. I can't get his name at all, from Lord of the Rings, because this can be that, my precious. It's like the miser. It's smothering something so much. There's no in and out flow for something to grow. So we'll look at both of these, because I like to look at this card both ways. Sometimes this is like the emperor wannabe, but not, because they don't have that open flow to allow themselves to let go, maybe invest in something that could have a big return. It's the person that's just getting all the coins and burying them in the yard, putting them in that treasure chest, closing it, and never even taking any coins out to enjoy, to invest. You know, so I am getting that it might be that you have to invest in education, invest in, I actually see advertising. This guy's out there holding this queen so tightly. He has that one good idea on his head, but he's not even looking at it. And he's, you know, putting his foot down on those other 2 things he's not going to let go of. So can't take it. It's mine, mine. Sometimes you do have to let go of something, because if you pay attention, do your due diligence, get your sources from many different places, not just one, and let go of something, I mean, it can bring back so much more stability. It's the difference between the savings account and, like, I don't know, some kind of investment where there's a huge return later. So it's the same pennies put in, but what comes back is different. But it's wise investments here. I feel like the investment here you're making is in yourself. It's in your tools. It's in your education. It's, you know, who you learn from. So it's like if this guy wants to be a painter and he refuses to buy anything but the dollar store paint, he might not know what it's like to have, you know, those oil paints or whatever they are, and they're really expensive. You know, they're like, you know, like $30 for a tiny little thing like that. And this is the guy that would be like, oh no, I'm going to the dollar store and getting my, you know, my acrylic paints, and then tries to do these projects. But what if he just let go, spent a little money on something that's wise, that's worth it, gave something a little go, maybe it's a little messing up in the beginning, but what if you see that that particular medium or canvas, this is just an example, is what makes him different, what makes him special. Anyone can go to the dollar store and get the crappy paints, but the one that invests in, you know, the big canvas. I even see one of those weird paint things where somebody has like different color paints. I saw it like in a balloon and it's on a swing and it does this like design thing. I don't know, something like that. Like it's kind of a big scale, but that painting, like if you did that by hand, it's like if you didn't see the process or how that worked, you kind of stare at it and you're like, how did somebody make that? It's so amazing. I am not getting for you guys that this is like AI art. I am getting that this is something you do with your hands. Upside down, it's letting something out, opening up your arms to receive something so it can come in. This is paying attention to your investments, paying attention to your finances. You know, there's, if you got something going on with some leaky pipes, it is pretty smart to invest in something like that. But if you're investing in your third leather couch and you're throwing away the one that you had last year because you no longer like the color, and you could have took that money and put it into something else, then it's kind of like a wasteful investment. I don't know why I saw a couch, but it's just looking at your in and outflow of money. What do you need and what do you have that's just gathering dust on the shelf, wasting space you don't really ever use? You know, it's kind of looking at that. It's the difference between the product that's on TikTok that you buy and you use every single day because when they said it was amazing, it was actually amazing. And the one that was so amazing, and then you get it and you try it once and it was a piece of crap. You have to use your discernment on the difference between the value of those kind of things. So let's get you one more. I like that this is all coming out in pentacles for you around these ideas. Also breaking away from the grind. Here, it looks like this person is invested in what they're grinding on and not like it's like getting in their way. So maybe there's something else you're investing your time in here and you actually don't feel like you're growing. You don't feel like you're getting anywhere. You're just kind of going through the emotions kind of thing. I feel like maybe you need to release some of that energy and put more into where you're going through your emotions. Like it's a different energy. Let's get one more and then go to love. One more for Taurus. Get another 4. So here you feel at peace. This is where you feel good just doing your thing. You are meditating, sleeping, letting something go, grounding your energy, healing, giving yourself some space. This could be that eclipse out. It could also be if you are running on empty. Pay attention to how your body feels and give yourself a little break, a little rest if you need it. If you need to give something that wasn't working a rest, maybe you need to put something on hold. If this is upside down, you're not enjoying where you're laying your head. You don't feel comfortable with the people around you or with what you're doing in your life, so you're kind of bothered, or you have this wall up. You're not transparent. You don't want to talk to who's next to you or who you're around. You don't feel comfortable. You want to feel comfortable. I'm getting with like who's in your home, who you feel at home with. I also like that there's a stained glass. And you, even in the swords cards, you have all of this kind of artistic energy. Maybe you do something with stained glass, windows, mirrors, decorating. Even, I keep seeing like a house, like building architecture, but I feel like it has to do more with the details, like painting, than maybe the structure. But I did see the bones before with the roof. It's at the bottom. Oh, you got the moon. So eclipsed out. The moon, actually, it does look like the moon and the sun are perfectly aligned here. You're also looking at the moon here, and I did see all of that information to keep something to yourself. So maybe you have to trust what to keep to yourself, what to keep a secret. Also, know if somebody else is keeping a secret from you. This is working with the different ebbs and flows. There will be a time to reveal something. This is facing fears. You know, you didn't think you can handle something. You need to face that fear, get going, get started, get trying. You're going to be good. You have to trust where there's loyalty. Trust where maybe there's a lone wolf here, but it's instinct versus intuition. Ebb and flow. Interesting, because the moon controls the tides. So maybe the tide is going to change. Maybe that's the message that needed to come through. Because sometimes it's not the typical meaning of the cards, depending on the rest of the reading. You know, maybe something is also coming to the surface that was hidden. It will be brought to light. Usually this is emotional, though. You do have this sassy person in the bathtub ready to reveal her thoughts, but maybe it's transparency with how she is feeling. I just get that she feels really comfortable. But interesting, because maybe she's in that tub to wash that body paint off. Maybe it's a different kind of mask. You know? The moon. 18, 8, 4, 4. I kind of feel like you have to maybe pay attention to the different cycles. I still feel like the eclipse is important for you, and I don't know why. I don't know when the next eclipse is, but maybe look that up. Or maybe when the next full moon is an important time, because you're going through this portal, this gateway, these two towers. And it's also where you're going on this journey. But it's interesting, it kind of looks like water. And it's coming from the mountains, and the water makes its way from the mountains, not in the direct path, but it goes through the creeks and the crevices, through the path of least resistance. So maybe that's also a message for you. Pay attention to where you're not getting resistance, where, you know, the doors are opening up. The tide is kind of moving you along. You're kind of going with the flow. It might not be the direct approach. It might be a long path through twists and turns, and you have to trust your intuition and use your discernment to, you know, twist and turn away from weird areas, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna be all right. Let's go to love. Love for Taurus. Let's do this one. This one? Well, I grabbed it, so maybe that means we should do this one, but I actually brought the Heart's Hidden Secrets. So let's do both. Let's do one from the Love Oracle. Or let's segue. Let's segue for you guys and get a message from the universe. So, because this is a message for you, and I find that it usually bridges everything together. So what is a message from the universe for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What would be helpful for Taurus to know Please and thank you. Woo! I was going to say it's not flipping, and then that one went fast. All right. If you're worried that you don't have the strength to move on, think of how much strength you're using to hold on. Where's your Four of Pentacles? This is holding on too tight to someone, to something, to an old idea, you know, to anything. It's not having room to grow. So think of how much strength you are using to hold on. Then redirect that energy and enjoy your life. That's what I just saw with the path of least resistance. Go with the flow. Sometimes it's a big ass wave that comes, you know, sometimes it's extra tide, it moves you along, and sometimes it's the lazy river. You just gotta chillax and go with it. And sometimes you gotta get out your oar, turn on your motor, and make it move a little faster. But if you're wasting any energy on worry, that's just wasted energy. It's better to just do and figure it out. Think of how much strength you're using to hold on. So there's something from the past or an idea about the future you're holding on to too tight. It's too much resistance. So that resistance is not creating that space for something to work out as it should. You need to put that persistence into you, you know, what you're doing. But it's enjoying your life. Otherwise, what are you doing? What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy that you haven't been doing or haven't tried? So that being said, let's go to love. And I'm not sure why I gravitated towards this deck when I actually brought the other one out for you guys. So let's just go with it and get a message for Taurus. So what is one message from this deck that would be helpful for Taurus right now when it comes to love, matters of the heart, relationships, situationships, friendships, whatever it is for you? Everyone has a different path and intention when it comes to love, different situation. Energy for Taurus. That mask. All right, so I kind of feel like this is what you are holding on to. I feel like you have this transparent energy over here that has no mask. Maybe somebody had a mask on. Maybe you need to pay attention to somebody not telling you the whole truth. You know, holding on to something they are not revealing, secrets they are keeping under the surface. I will say that with all this energy and this brilliant idea and this treasure, you might really need to pay attention, Taurus. I love how all of these zodiac readings had such different energies, but do pay attention. If you feel off around a certain person, somebody might be trying to get over on you. You know, they're concealing the truth. If somebody has some hidden motives and you're sitting on this treasure here, you do need to see where you're comfortable. You might need to eclipse somebody out of your life. This might just be giving you clarity on you needing to keep something under wraps. Lying. I kind of feel like if anybody had a mask on with you, I just see that eclipse going away. I feel like you're going to have this light bulb moment here and you're going to see authenticity or not. Even if somebody doesn't want to reveal something and they put up all those smoke and mirrors, either you're going to just see that for what it is, take it as a red flag and leave that situation, go a different direction, or I kind of feel like you're just going to not let it get to you rather than go into that smoke. So let's get you more clarity. Because now we're asking about love, not all the finance stuff. So Although when it comes to like, I don't know, pay attention. Maybe somebody's, I don't know, some of you might have somebody that sees a lot of potential in you, and they might be giving you the big old lines here, letting you hear what you want. Maybe they don't follow through. Or maybe it's kind of like, I don't know, once they get in, they might be like overbearing, or kind of, I want to say like have their fun and leave, but maybe you need to hear that message too. I kind of feel like it's not going to happen because you're going to see it, but it doesn't mean somebody's not going to try. Because I feel like you are, Taurus, you're just you. You have this beautiful sensuality about you. I mean, you are a treasure. You are a genius and brilliant in so many ways. Usually really artistic and unique. You know, you really put your whole like when you're focused on something, especially if it's a person, Taurus, that you are into, you have this brilliant way of making others that normally are on the daily grind literally forget that time exists. You make every second last eternity. So there might be somebody that doesn't want to let that go. But you do have this person never wanting to imagine you with anyone else. But that doesn't mean that's the right person for you. So let's go to this. The Heart's Hidden Secrets. Interesting. I just looked at that, and that is another mask. Also, maybe for some of you, you have so much to offer, but you didn't really vibe with someone. I feel like you're in this energy of brilliance, and maybe you felt like if you opened your mind, if you opened your heart, people made you feel a little off, and you kind of felt like certain people you were around, you always had to kind of put on a front, or, you know, wear a little bit of a mask. I feel like that could be judgmental people or person. Let's just clarify. What would be helpful for Taurus to know when it comes to love? Please and thank you. When it comes to love for Taurus, what would be helpful? That maybe you're, maybe somebody had the mask on. Maybe it's only little lies, you know. Maybe you got like a half-truth. But maybe you're conflicted about who's there for your greatest good and who's not. Who's in your corner, who's not. Maybe somebody else is always hot, cold, up, down. They have all these, maybe somebody's concealing they have multiple choices. Maybe somebody is even concealing how much they love you. You know, that there's so many emotions going on in there. You do have the where was it? You do have the moon. If somebody is feeling emotions for you, Taurus, that they have never really felt before, or that deep before, that could really throw somebody, you know, off. If they are masking their true feelings for you and they have really deep feelings for you, they might not know how to express it. And maybe that kind of throws you off. You feel this deep love. You know this connection is there. You know this person doesn't have to have a mask, at least around you. You know, if you're listening to the signs and you feel like somebody is transparent around you, even if maybe that's not their general go-to. Maybe this is somebody who has to put on that front and be strong in their life. You know, be the one in charge, and or always be the nurturer, taking care of everyone, but they never address themselves. Maybe somebody opens up to you. I mean, around you, you're just you. You didn't ask them to be anybody else. So it's maybe you have more than one decision, multiple directions, multiple choices, more than one date offer. I mean, maybe that is why someone here, Taurus, is freaking out. They know that you could go with anyone else if you want to. So let's see if you do, or see what else you need to know to help this conflicted energy or all these decisions you have to make. Clarify conflicted for Taurus, please and thank you. Ooh, somebody is resentful. Maybe they're hiding how much, maybe they're hiding how mad they are. I kind of feel like you did eclipse somebody out, Taurus. Maybe they were conflicted as to why. Maybe you gave no clarity. Maybe you didn't need to. But this is somebody in resentment, anger, hurtful words. Maybe they lashed out, said some bitter things to you, and now you're conflicted because you thought this person was one way. Now their mask was revealed. You find out, you know, they just put all their, I don't know why they put all their resentment on you. Because I kind of feel like this was an internal energy they were feeling. Maybe somebody felt a lot of anger and kept that bottled up in general in their life, and now they're comfortable with you, so you got the brunt of the bullshit, which sort of is like squaring now. It's kind of a crappy place to be, because somebody's so comfortable with you that they can like let out their steam, but I feel like it was directed towards you and it wasn't about you. I don't feel like you did anything really to like uproot this. I feel like it was buried deep a long time. But for some of you, maybe you're bitter, because I look at all these cards in all different ways. So if you find out that all the time you were feeling this conflicted energy, you didn't know why, somebody was hot, cold, kind of, you know, wishy-washy, all in, all out, always changing their mind about how they like their drink. You weren't aware that somebody was wearing a mask and or not telling you the truth with something they were keeping secret, and you find out, quite frankly, Taurus, that would probably piss you off. And I have seen Tauruses upset. They don't get upset very often. Taurus is usually pretty laid back, but when they get upset, it's usually they're upset. You know. You absolutely feel it. You know you pissed off a Taurus. So maybe you gave somebody a lot of slack, a lot of benefit of the doubt, and I would say this is a final straw. Let's get one more. Clarity for Taurus. All of the earth signs, just so you know, Taurus, you're the last earth sign I did. Every zodiac I've done so far has really different energies, but it seems like all of the earth signs kind of had the same thing. You have amazing things coming in so many areas of your life to like produce and work on, and opportunities and blessings coming in, but it seems like all of the earth signs are getting rid of some weird ass energies, like things that are restraining them, not really there for their highest and greatest good, situations coming in to literally remove you from things that are stopping your progress. So it doesn't have to be relationship. I feel like it's like big awareness that's coming through, especially for earth signs, to know what's healthy and what's not, because I do feel like part of this is you have so many blessings coming in your life that even if new people come along in and they're attracted to your light, that doesn't mean every moth needs to come to the flame. Not every moth is a butterfly. Maybe you have the capability of turning a moth into a butterfly. But I kind of feel like it's giving you discernment on weird energies, red flags, and people who might not be coming in your vicinity for anything other than their own benefit. And I know that's not the nicest, like happiest message. And I do like to have like happy, look at the light of the situation messages, but maybe that is, I like also to be realistic. You know, I don't like to beat around the bush. I'm going to read the cards that come out. So, I feel like this is actually giving you a lot of strength. And if you moved on, it says the strength to move on. If somebody's upset about that, but it's not right for you, that ball's in their court. You know, I feel like let them like steam off a little bit. They'll get over it. So let's get another one. Let's keep going because now I'm into it. Into it, Taurus. What else for Taurus? You're dealing with a divine masculine. Maybe this is you and your divine masculine deciding to pursue or move away from something, stepping into that masculine energy. But this is you doing it with divinity, not ego. This is not stooping down to somebody else's level here. I mean, if something comes out and it's a natural reaction, that's one thing. But when you have divine awareness of your reactions, also how you put yourself in control of how you react, especially if someone's like that, that puts you in control. Because if you allow somebody's big reaction to cause a reaction from you, you're lowering your vibration to their level. And when you do it a different way, you can actually completely transmute that. Like throw someone off their game. So maybe react how you don't normally. Or maybe just you be you. And maybe it's because you don't react like somebody's normally used to that they don't even know how to handle it. But it is a yang, masculine energy. I'm going to take a peek at this because I did look. When I look at a card, I kind of feel like I have to read it. There might be somebody trying to come back. An opportunity, second chance, make amends. They want to return. If this is healthy or not for you is completely in your, I hear in your favor, but I feel like it's in your hands. I don't feel like everyone's situation is the same. And if this is not you and your masculine, maybe this has to do with a divine masculine. I'm also seeing between all of these, a divine masculine might basically just be your feminine. Or however this works. There might be a divine masculine here, just kind of really pissed off at themselves that they took too long to make a decision here. They were too conflicted with something that should have been, you know, an answer now, let out what you actually feel, transparent situation, not worn a mask on how they actually felt, nor let this beautiful dream, aka you, slip through their fingers. And maybe you just did you went on your own way, and now this person is not necessarily upset with you but pissed at themselves. All they can think about is you with someone else. All they can think about is returning to you. Maybe you have moved on, maybe you haven't. Apparently you have a lot of choices. But maybe this person actually is in the dark about you and they don't even know what you're doing, and it's freaking them out. Woo, a lot of messages came through. So let's take that because it did come through. Let's get you one more. One more. What is one more message for Taurus, please and thank you? Because we didn't even clarify these. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what I saw. Somebody hit their limit. Maybe that was you. Somebody hit their breaking point, the straw that broke the camel's back. They were overwhelmed, hit their limit, final straw. So maybe this has been a lot of returns. Maybe it's no mas. Maybe for some of you, it's opening up and being a little transparent how. Like, that was the breaking point. So any cycle that comes up is not going to be a repeat pattern, another go around, or it is absolutely not going to happen. But I feel like that could be cleared through a divine, direct conversation, or maybe just somebody didn't know boundaries before. They didn't know what they lost until it was gone. They didn't know how much they were messing something up until they were totally off course. And maybe this is somebody else hitting their breaking point. They can't do anything other than try to come back and do it right. Maybe this is even somebody that's going to truly put in an effort if they didn't do that in the past. You know, it could be that somebody else eclipsed you out. I feel like you kind of got to work and started doing your own thing. It's a lot of cards here for you guys. So let's clarify some of these with the tarot. Now I really don't know which ones. I keep looking at this one, so let's do this one. This is the Winter Pastures. It's a little different. It's very blue. There's a little bit of color. Ooh, and it's also very stiff because it's kind of new. It was a gift, but it's very beautiful. So let's just, I feel like a lot of these go together and there's a lot of situations here. So I'm just going to dive in for you guys to the tarot and just get some messages and just go with the flow here. That seems to be how the whole reading is going. We're going to go with the flow, see what comes through, what would be helpful for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please and thank you. First message. Yeah, you got a weirdo you got a weirdo. You got the Seven of Swords. So this is going back to somebody wearing a mask. Somebody was lying. Somebody was cheating. Somebody was, had hidden intentions here. They were concealing something. Running away and avoidant, not wanting to face the truth, not wanting to come correct or have any self-responsibility for something. Somebody wanted to just kind of slip out of the radar. Hope you didn't notice, but maybe that's you too. Because the way I see this, the other way is not a big conflict, not a big conversation. This is just taking what you need, slipping out the door, and giving it no mind. Pay no mind, you're gone, you're done. It doesn't have to be a conversation. I kind of see it as the Irish exit. Like, you don't have to like sit there and like point your finger to someone of what was going on and why did this happen, whatever. You almost don't even care at that point. You're just like, peace, I'm out. Catch you on the rebound or not. So it could also be where somebody is trying to be a little slick on how to come through or come back right. Because this can be somebody trying to slip out of a situation that might not be your situation. For some of you, this is giving you clarity on somebody else in another situation, wanting to return to you, conflicted where they are, constantly angry, especially if they're not with you, finally hitting their breaking point, sick of wearing that damn mask, it's starting it all sweaty and gross, and maybe slipping out of another situation without it being such a big deal because they just want to bring these beautiful flowers to you. They don't even need the suitcase. They don't need anything other than those flowers, because that's all that person is carrying. It's really not a big thing here. If their big plan was to get some flowers so they can say they're sorry to you, it's actually kind of sweet. I kind of feel like it's something maybe as simple. I know this is silly. I'm getting so many different scenarios. So do know, in any kind of, especially when it comes to love situations, everyone's situation is different. You'll know when it resonates different for you. But I kind of feel like this is kind of maybe somebody a little sweet, where, they out of nowhere hit their breaking point. They can't even handle it anymore. They have to tell you how they feel. They finally made a damn decision. They don't want to even be angry at themselves or at their situation. They kind of don't even care. They just want to come back to you, especially if they're tapping into maybe illumination with this inspiration from God that they are getting to be somewhere better, which at the very beginning they recognize is with you, or they hope is with you. And I feel like somebody like is running to you, and then they're like, I gotta bring flowers. It's like they don't have any flowers. They don't want to waste any time. And I kind of see like grandma's rose bush is there. And like kind of go in the bushes and like do pick somebody's flowers like out of the yard, but it's kind of for a sweet reason. I know that's not everyone's message, but that literally is all he's carrying. Or it's somebody that, starts to come halfway and they forgot their flowers. They go back and now they're running back. They wasted a little too much time. So do look at all of these different facets and scenarios. Let's get clarity for Taurus on the Seven of Swords, please and thank you. Well, if somebody is coming back, they're coming back pretty secure. They're coming back with a lot more maturity than they left. This could be somebody that has great advice for you. This could also, I'm asking about love, but this is usually like a father figure. It's usually somebody that's done with the games, had the experiences, learned from the good and the bad, whether it was many different relationships or one big one, whatever it is. This is a king that learned. This is a king that works hard, the King of Pentacles. is you. Because it's Taurus. I mean, it could be a Virgo or Capricorn, but this is somebody that doesn't want to waste, you know, it's a masculine energy again. You have two masculine energies. So either that's coming in your life or that's what you're tapping into. This masculine energy isn't afraid of hard work, but does not want to waste his or her time pursuing or investing or working on something in his everyday life that doesn't have long-term potential. He feels like it's not even worth the initial pentacle. So the King of Pentacles could also be somebody who is not in their divine masculine in the past. The King of Pentacles is the one that can be in every old, mundane, commercialized 3D land. They just care about the stuff, the biggest house. But that King of Pentacles is working really hard then to obtain goals that will never really feel as fulfilling as tapping into the plan that God has for him or the purposeful path he could be on. He's always going to try to fill that void in with more things. You know, like that Four of Pentacles Emperor wannabe. But this king knows how to manifest. He has an offer in his hand. It's also interesting. It's actually a translucent, see-through pendant. I kind of like that. It also looks like he's waiting for someone. He has this beautiful robe on, but these badass boots. I just thought of these boots are made for Walkin. I don't know if any other songs came through for you guys. Clarify the King of Pentacles, please. Oh, interesting. You got the Knight of Pentacles, another Taurus sign, and or Virgo or Capricorn. That's interesting because when I saw this, I said, you know, he's sitting up there on the throne, but that king doesn't like to stay on the throne forever. He gets a little itchy sitting there. He kind of wants to get out there and put his hands back into his projects. But maybe this king, since I'm asking about love, knows where the long-term potential is. Wants to get back on that beautiful horse and start to work on something slow and steady, day by day, balanced energy. Doesn't matter to him how long it's going to take. He's going to reach that damn goal in the end. He's going to reach the finish line, and then he's going to place another finish line, and he's going to reach that one. That's the knight that wins. Also interesting, I always see that knight as the one that gets a lot done behind closed doors. And that can be very, where's your conflicting, confusing energy? That can be very confusing to others because all of a sudden this person has like great success and you never saw this one coming because they did a lot of hard work when you weren't looking. So it could be somebody that's been working really hard behind the scenes to come towards you and you don't even know it. So you have to see if somebody is in balance or imbalanced. You have to see if somebody is going to go out there and put the work in, but also know when to take a pause. Because upside down, this is the knight that's kind of like the couch potato. They have the big plans, but they're never going to become the king if they don't get off the couch, or at least do something productive when they're on the couch, whether that's sassy town or work, whatever it is. If they're just complacent, nothing's going to get done. Because if this is working on a relationship and these are very sensual kings or masculine energies, although the knight can be, I feel like the knight is usually a good balance between both. I do feel like the kings and the queens are more a masculine and or feminine energy because they have different facets. But this can be both. What's that at the bottom? Oh, you got the tower. Tower's big. Also appropriate. The tower's going to take away anything that didn't need to be there. which is great considering the rest of this reading and what came for all of the earth signs. Whatever is taken away, handle it with grace. You have all of the talent, capability, brilliant ideas, work ethic. I'm like stumbling all of my words at the end of this reading. So that's probably somebody that has trouble kind of speaking, but it's knowing, you know, when to sleep, what to hold on to, what to let go of, where you feel plugged in and where you don't. And you handle this Tower, finding your center. It's all about how you handle this. This is something that happens quick changes. But when something wasn't built on a solid foundation, something had to give. Something had to fall down. And sometimes I feel like this can be somebody pushing down a tower. But if it's not done and it's divinely meant to be, this is divine energy taking something away so you can have a fresh start, so you can have a good foundation, so you can build with different tools, so you can build, you know, in the right place. And if this is a partnership, it could be, because I'm asking about love here. So Taurus, with the Tower, this could be where you always had the same situation here. Somebody new comes in your life, they're nothing like anybody you've been with, because you've broken a cycle. You've had complete transformation. So don't compare anybody brand new to any weird ass energy that you've already grown the discernment to not, you know, be involved with anymore. Give somebody a chance. Somebody might really open your mind, really come through differently. This could be somebody coming back almost like they're a totally different person than they were before. This could be you thinking somebody's the cat's meow. You find out the truth, you see that mask, and all of a sudden you see they are not the person you thought. And that's a Tower moment. The Tower moment could also be where you have, I don't know why, I just heard the name Francis. And that's interesting because that can be both a male or female name. You have Francis down the cubicle, down the hall, that you never said more than hi to or offered some coffee. And all of a sudden you and Francis go out and hang out, you know, chillax a little bit, and you find Francis is the most awesome person that you have ever met. You just groove with your humors. Just maybe they were a little bit closed off, but maybe you have like similar interests, similar dreams. Holy crap, this person is amazing. How were they down the hall and down the cubicle for the last 7.5 years and you didn't even say hello? What's wrong with you? It took you so long. That can be a Tower. All of a sudden, this person that was there the whole time is in your life. So it can go many different ways. You could be that Tower. Coming on in, somebody had no love in their life at all for a long time. It was just a big old snooze fest. And then, Taurus, all of a sudden they meet you, and you just blow their socks off. You don't know where you came from. They want to change everything. They want to make future plans with you. They want to do something the right way. They're going to adjust everything along the way that they need to make sure it's in balance that whole journey, because you are this beautiful, vibrant Tower that just fell into their life out of nowhere. What are they going to do with it? Woo, Taurus, yeah. You have a lot of energy here. So I'm going to show you this. It's kind of pretty. It's actually a very pretty Tower. And I do really like it. The flowers actually look kind of like butterflies too. So I'm going to leave you with this. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Thank you so very much for being here. If you enjoy the zodiac readings, please let me know in the comments so I know whether you guys want to see them again or not. And with this, I bid you adieu. I feel so very blessed to be here with you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this was insightful for you. And With that, I bid you adieu. I love you so much, Taurus, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.